has got a firm belief and faith on this God. He comes, once a while he comes to this village. And again, as I told you, they consider everybody pure and they don't mix up with the outsiders. But they do provide them, all sort of food they provide them. They provide food and shelter. There are dwellings for people who visit this place. There are separate dwellings. They don't allow them to in their own dwellings, in their own houses. But they are very good. They do maintain the hospitality. Whosoever comes to their village, still you have to go there. You have to follow their norms, but they will provide you accommodation, separate accommodation. They will provide you the kacha khana bhi de. They will give you rice and vegetables and all that. You have to cook on their own, and you can stay in the village. So, in order to demystify this place, as I told you, there are so many stories. There is one story related to Akbar, and they do offer one sacrifice in the name of Akbar. So it is said that Akbar had paid long back visit to this, and he also accepted the supremacy of this god, village god, Jamlu over here. So they also, in a gesture of respect, they do make one sacrifice once a year. They do. It is during winter time around February. It is Phaguri. There are two important festivals. One is in this February, and other one is in August.
What do they sacrifice?
They sacrifice goat.
Goat?
Yes.
Okay.
So again, as I told you, there are so many these mystifying things, and I happened to visit, the neighborhood villages in order to find out, the pattern of their migration and the stories which can throw more light on the village god. So I happened to meet Amarnath Thakur. He is with me. Amarnath Thakur. He is from Tosh village. So I was told that he is a very knowledgeable person. This is a very old photograph, 20 years back, this one. I was told that he is the only knowledgeable person, and but in order to have an appointment with him, you have to early in the morning you have to go with him. So he used to take flock of sheep with him to higher reaches. So I also accompanied him, Amarnath Thakur, and then we became friends, and he was very well about the the topography, geography of the entire region. And then we started discussing, and we have a very huge data now with us. So we are going to soon publish it. This will be a joint authorship, this publication about the folklore of this region. So here is the valley, in the Tosh valley of Kullu. We are there. So again, at the base camp of Malana. So there is a village called Choki. So in the Choki village, there is a Shiva temple. It's called Shiv Puri Choki. In this Shiva temple, this modern temple, maybe 200-300 years old, but inside there is an icon of Maheshwara, Uma Maheshwara, and as per the statistic account, if you take it, so it goes back to 10th century, this image. So then there are certain fragmented, this stone temple pillars also lying in the vicinity. So it was habitated thousands of years back, but then what happened, what calamity took place in this village? So there must have been some migration, and then around 400-500 years back, people from neighboring villages, they occupied this land. So very fertile land over here. So here is this image of Uma Maheshwar in this temple, and it's still being worshipped in the temple. So here I am in this thing, and in this village I met village folk Shera Negi and Chepe Negi. We discussed about because as you know, the village, we have seen this Village India project over here. Villages are fast changing this country. So we cannot stop, this in the global era. We cannot tell them that you live in the same primitive way. But now thing over here is that we have to just educate that whosoever is, they should feel pride about our culture. They shouldn't get swayed away by the the other influences as such. So let this be a colorful place, this earth. So we tend to, wherever we go, our main objective has been that we talk about modernization, we talk about going with the pace which is taking place elsewhere. We try to have that very modern, but I believe that the development has to be geo-specific and area-specific. This should be the focus, geo-specific and area-specific, that development. And this will really, because the culture, the age-old traditions, which different communities, different cultures around have inherited, that they all celebrate it. So we just, but we tend to give them one color we would like to paint them, but let each culture flourish in its own habitat. They get they get that feeling of pride and all that. So this discussion was with the villagers, and we come up an idea to, since with the changing times, household things have changed in villages. So it has been replaced with the cheap plastic and aluminum everywhere. So then there was a thought that let us have a small museum set up in the village, and the villagers agreed to it, and this community museum came into being in this village, this Shivpuri Choki village. So this is the old house there, it's an old traditional house. We chose this village, and here we collected the discarded things which are lying in the village, all over the village were discarded things. We collected them, documented them, placed in this house. This was 500 years old house, this one. And this has got a story that, people from different villages, they come over here, how they settled in the village. The entire story we documented, and this is now with us, with the villagers also.